Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the Storyist. In today's video, I will be telling you the story of a girl who was beaten and stepped on by her classmates. Stay until the end of the video to find out how she would bounce back from the bad experiences and how she managed to find the beauty and true meaning of friendship. In the second quarter of the first year, Natalya will be transferring to one of the most prestigious fashion schools in Paris. Since then, it has been Natalya's dream to become a well-known fashion designer. So she immediately grabs this lifetime opportunity to start her career. However, she's afraid of what will await her in Paris. As a half American and Asian, she expects that she will soon experience bullying because of her color, culture, and race. The only thing she is hoping for is to find someone who will then become a friend and who will guide her throughout her journey in fashion. The first step she does a week before the start of the semester is to roam around the city and be familiar with the places she might need. The first thing that she is looking for is a fabric boutique, a city library, some art galleries, and some other things that she might need while studying fashion. On her way home, she bumps into a white girl and drops everything she's carrying. The white girl immediately helps her on getting all the things she drops. The white girl also introduces herself. "I'm Iris," says the white girl, and by looking at Natalya, she immediately notices that Natalya is new in town. She offered help on carrying her things, and after that, they went to a coffee shop. Natalya smells the Arabica's aroma along with her sweet newfound friendship with Iris. After several days, Natalya faces her big day. She steps out of the Uber and walks toward the gate of the fashion school. She walks with confidence and puts her greatest smile on, because she knows that Iris is with her throughout her journey. Iris is a sophomore student, and she's also taking up fashion. "You'll proceed in this hallway," says Iris. Natalya is about to attend the induction for the freshmen. They first visit the hall where the fashion runway happens. The next stop is at the library, where they can check the history of fashion. The last is at the fashion gallery, where creations of selected students were posted and recognized. As Natalya walks around the gallery, she is also dreaming of her name and own work displayed in the gallery. As she enjoys the creation of their school's alumni, she bumps into a white girl and spills her coffee. She immediately wipes the spilled coffee on the girl's shoes. However, she didn't expect that the girl would kick her hands, enough for her to twitch. Natalya still bows her head and apologizes for what happened. After the induction, Natalya proceeds to her locker room as she walks. Unexpectedly, she sees the girl whom she bumped into inside the gallery walking towards her. She then quickly bows her head because of what happened earlier. She doesn't want to be noticed by the girl, or to cause a scene or make further interactions. She knows that if she keeps crossing paths with the girl, her life at the fashion school would become hard or rather miserable. In the cafeteria, Natalya tells Iris that the girl she bumped into seems like a bully. Iris mentions that the girl she was talking to is indeed a bully. She even describes the girl as Amara, the great bully. Iris warns her to never cross paths with Amara because she will be the target of bullying since she's new and her look is very different from others. Iris also adds that Amara enjoys making the life of the student miserable until to the point that the student will drop her dream to become a fashion designer. She also emphasizes never competing with Amara because she will definitely make one's life miserable. Natalya can't contemplate what she will feel after knowing the capability of Amara. Unconsciously, she mentioned what just happened in their induction. Iris was really stunned by what she heard, and the only advice she gives is to not cross paths with Amara again because Amara never forgets. She is the type of person who always makes sure to get revenge whenever they feel lost. Even though Iris is a sophomore student, she is very afraid of Amara's capability in bullying. One day, Iris and Amara cross paths. She accidentally steps on Amara's white shoes. Scared of what Amara can do to her, Iris immediately apologizes and gives Amara an assurance that the accident will not happen again. As Amara nods, she steps harder on Iris's shoes, making sure Iris will be in more pain. Natalya sees everything and quickly approaches Iris. She helps Iris stand up, and she also accompanies her to the clinic. Natalya feels that she needs to do something about that bully. She's thinking of different actions that she might do in order to stop Amara from bullying others again. After Iris receives the treatment that she needs, Natalya talks to her and convinces her to report Amara for what she did to her. Unfortunately, Iris just holds her hand and refuses to report Amara. Natalya was very disappointed about Iris's decision, but she knows she still has to do something. Few months passed after the incident between Iris and Amara. Natalya keeps on tailing Iris whenever she goes to the campus just to make sure that Amara will not bully her again. Then one afternoon, after Iris's class, Natalya sees Iris with a group of people she's not familiar with. Her heart immediately beats faster, as if something bad will happen to her friend. She instantly follows the group. As she follows, she sees a familiar face. It's Amara's waiting at the end of the hallway. As she looks from afar, she sees Iris's pale face. She definitely smells Iris's fear. She thinks that Iris and Amara will be in group work since both of them are in their sophomore year. Amara is holding tons of fabric materials, sewing kits, and even fabric cutters. Then suddenly, Amara points the fabric cutter to Iris's colorless face. Natalya runs towards Iris and Amara and immediately grabs the fabric cutter away from Iris's face. It was a brave act, but she has definitely pissed Amara by what she did. Furious at what Natalya did, she grabs Natalya's hand and immediately kicks her. Since Natalya has a petite body, she immediately falls to the ground. Then Amara launches 3 more kicks. Driven by stopping Amara from bullying, Natalya slowly stands up despite the pain she's feeling. That act of hers only makes Amara furious. Amara pushes Natalya so hard to the point that she falls on the stairs, making Natalya unconscious. Iris and Amara were shocked about what happened. Their professor sees the body of Natalya lying on the ground. As the professor looks up, he sees Iris and Amara standing and asks the two about what happened. No one answers him. Iris is just looking at Amara, and Amara is looking at the body of Natalya. With an authoritative tone, the professor asks the two again about what happened to Natalya. Iris remains silent, and the professor calls Amara's name and asks her again. "She fell," says Amara. Despite Amara's reason, the professor asks Iris again. However, Iris remains silent. The professor insists that Natalya is her friend, and the situation is really serious, that they might both receive serious detention if they will not tell the truth. Amara holds Iris's hands tightly, as if she's saying something. Then suddenly, Iris breaks her silence, confirming that Natalya fell on her own. The professor takes Natalya to the hospital to give the medical attention she needs. Natalya didn't wake up for almost a week. Iris, on the other hand, keeps on visiting Natalya to the hospital. She keeps on giving Natalya fresh flowers and keeps updating her on her classmates. Not long after the incident, Iris went to the professor who saw the incident and told him what really happened that day. She also mentioned Amara's bullying towards other students. Iris also wanted to take responsibility about lying in the first place, or by stepping on Natalya. The professor contemplates on what will happen to Iris. He then gives Iris a suspension and community service as a way to compensate for her mistake. As for Amara, she will be kicked out of school. Learning what happened to the both of them, Natalya asks for the petition to have Amara consult with a psychologist before giving her a proper consequence. Natalya forgives Amara for what she did to her and tells Iris that she will be her best friend forever. She is very happy that Iris can stand for the truth. As time goes by, Iris and Natalya's bond towards each other becomes stronger than ever. Indeed, the truth will always set everybody free. That's all for today. We hope you enjoyed that video, and we'll see you in the next. Stay tuned!